Hi everyone, it's great to be back with you. Before we get into our lesson, I want to make sure you are familiar with a few words that we might use to refer to something that we read. Like the soccer story we saw last time. We can call something that we read a text, a selection, or a passage. Maybe you've already heard these words before, but I want to make sure that everyone knows what they mean. You might see directions on a reading activity or a test that says, read this selection, or answer the questions about the passage, or compare these two texts. So the words text, selection, and passage all mean something that you read, especially something that is shorter than a book or sometimes even just part of a longer story. Okay, so you got that? Whisper those words that we might call something that we read. Yes, a text, a selection, or a passage. Now, sometimes we will read two passages together that have something in common, like we did last time with the soccer story and basketball story. These are called paired texts, paired selections, or paired passages. They are paired because they go together in some way. They will have something in common, some similarities, and of course some differences too. So, referring to our two stories from last time, we could say, I read a set of paired passages. Or, hey, did you read those paired texts about the soccer and basketball games? Or, I compared and contrasted these paired selections. Okay, now let's make sure you've got that. What do we call two things we read that go together? Paired texts, paired selections, or paired passages. Okay, and just like we used a Venn diagram and answered multiple choice questions about pictures and words, we can do the same for paired passages. Let's take a look at this Venn diagram. These are the same ideas we talked about last time when we read the stories The Soccer Game and Jack's Basketball Game. In the middle for both stories, it says the boys had green jerseys, they both wanted to win, and they both lost. That's how they are similar. In the outer sections, we can see the differences, and notice the related ideas are across from each other. The day of the week, on a Tuesday versus on a Saturday, the sport, soccer versus basketball, and the boys' reactions, stormed away and wouldn't high-five versus walked to the other team and said good game. This is a good example of how to compare and contrast paired texts. Now let's answer some multiple choice questions about these stories. I'll read the first question and you can follow along and whisper your answers. Number 1. In the soccer game, what did Bobby do when he lost? A. High-fived the other team, B. Stormed away, C. Smiled, or D. Screamed. Which is correct? Yes, letter B. He stormed away. Number 2. Read this sentence from Jack's basketball game. He walked over to the other team, managed a smile, and said good game. What does the word managed mean in this sentence? A. Took care of, B. Was in charge of, C. Produced, or D. Frowned. Which is correct? Letter C. He produced a smile or made a smile. Oftentimes manage does mean to be in charge of or take care of, but that doesn't make sense in this sentence. And number 3. How were Bobby's and Jack's reactions to losing different? A. Bobby was a sore loser, but Jack was a good loser. B. Bobby wanted to win, but Jack didn't want to win. C. Bobby was a good loser, but Jack was a sore loser. Or D. Bobby was a sore loser, but Jack was a sore winner. Which is correct? Letter A. Bobby was a sore loser. He got mad when he lost, but Jack was a good loser, meaning he had a good attitude even though he lost. And notice how that first question was just about the first story, the second question was just about the second story, and the third question contrasted both stories. Now let's think about our other two short stories that we read last time about plants. These are also called paired passages, and we can compare and contrast them using a Venn diagram and multiple choice questions. Take a look at this. In the middle for both stories, it says they are about how fast plants grow. They both mention an oak tree is slow and a sunflower is faster. In the outer sections, we can see the differences, and notice related ideas are across from each other. Nonfiction versus fiction, no characters or setting versus a character and setting, and just facts about growth versus a story where a character observes the growth. So this is another good example of how to compare and contrast paired selections. Now let's answer some multiple choice questions about these two stories, these paired texts. I'll read the first question and you can follow along and just whisper your answers. Number 1, plant growth is A or an A poem, B fictional story, C opinion text, or D informational text. Which is correct? Letter D, informational text. Number 2, in Karen's plants, why did Karen say she needed to be patient? A, sunflowers take many years to grow. B, acorns take much longer to grow than sunflower seeds. C, she has to wait for the rain to come water her seeds. Or D, she has to wait until July to plant the sunflower seeds. Letter B, acorns take much longer to grow than sunflower seeds. And number 3, both passages present ideas about A, how to plant seeds, B, taking care of seeds, C, the speed of plant growth, or D, how tall sunflowers can grow. Which is correct? Letter C, the speed of plant growth. And again, notice how the first question was just about the first passage, the second question was just about the second passage, and the third question compared both passages. Okay, that's all I have for us today. Next time we will be adding another way to compare and contrast a set of paired passages, and I'm looking forward to it. Bye everyone, I'll see you next time.